Pakistan has been known for its perennial support of various terror organizations. But instead of doing well to put its own house in order, it runs baseless propaganda against India. However, New Delhi has always given befitting reply to Islamabad's disinformation campaigns. Recently, again India in the United Nations exposed Pakistan for providing patronage to dreaded terrorists. A report.
Pakistan has always tried to divert the attention of various global forums from its own serious violations of human rights. It is regrettable that international bodies like OIC continue to be used by Pakistan for anti-India propaganda. In response to the reference to Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in the OIC statement, India recently hit out at Pakistan for providing pensions to dreaded and listed terrorists out of state funds. Using its right to reply at the ongoing 46th session of the Human Rights Council, New Delhi asked Islamabad to stop state-sponsored cross-border terrorism.
Madam President, the members of this council are well aware that Pakistan has provided pensions to dreaded and listed terrorists out of state funds and has the dubious distinction of hosting the largest number of terrorists proscribed by the United Nations. Pakistani leaders have admitted the fact that it has become a factory for producing terrorists. Pakistan has ignored that terrorism is the worst form of human rights abuse and the supporters of terrorism are the worst abusers of human rights.
Pakistan has been unnecessarily crying over India's decision to end the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. It projects itself to be a human rights champion, but denies basic human rights to people living in its own territory. India hit at Pakistan for committing genocide in almost every part of its land. During the Human Rights Council session, India also highlighted the issue of persecution of minorities in Pakistan.
The Council should ask Pakistan why the size of its minority communities such as Christians, Hindus and Sikhs has drastically shrunk since independence and why they and other communities such as Ahmadiyyas, Shias, Pashtuns, Sinds and Baloch have been subjected to draconian blasphemy laws, systemic persecution, blatant abuses and forced conversions. Holy and ancient sites of religious minorities in Pakistan have been attacked and vandalized daily. Enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings and arbitrary detentions of those who try to speak against the establishment are rampant in Pakistan and have been carried out by the state security agencies with impunity.
For several decades, Pakistan has been providing support to non-state terrorist groups, from providing arms and equipping them with training. Pakistan Army and ISI use these proxies to forward their evil designs against neighboring countries like India and Afghanistan. However, India recently made it emphatically clear in a UN meeting that when non-state actors perpetrate an attack, immediate and proportionate action will be taken.
The right of self-defense applies also to attacks by non-state actors. In fact, the source of the attack, whether a state or a non-state actor, is irrelevant to the existence of the right of self-defense. Non-state actors such as terrorist groups often attack states from remote locations within other host states, using the sovereignty of that state as a smokescreen. In this regard, a growing number of states believe that the use of force in self-defense against a non-state actor operating in the territory of another state can be undertaken if, number one, the non-state actor has repeatedly undertaken armed attacks against the state. Number two, the host state is unwilling to address the threat posed by the non-state actor. And number three, the host state is actively supporting and sponsoring the attack by the non-state actor.
India has made it clear to Pakistan that it should take credible action to end state-sponsored terrorism. New Delhi is not going to tolerate Pakistan's propaganda anymore and will strongly retaliate if it breaches red lines.